So I thought I was gonna have time to do this, but it just wouldn't let me set it up. It said press the live button. So once again, we're about to make something. I guess I gotta hold this because I don't even know where to put. I don't even know where to put the camera at this point. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I am absolutely motivated at this point, and we're gonna figure it out because all of which I do is about creation. I don't think about anything else formulating other than the fact that I know that own my own content helps me keep going. Like today, I thought of this strange way of making something work for me, just for me, just for me. Like how I figure out what what feels good, what takes place, what ultimately can be my work, my creativity. So there is, I wish, I wanted to, oh, maybe I gotta twist it this way. Oops. Maybe it's this way. And then it's got a lot of pillow in there. Where I'm sitting. Yeah, this is like the craziest way to do this, but I had to. I had to figure this out. Yeah. Can y'all see this? All right. So this is what I've been working on. Hopefully the angle's not all weird and stuff, but this is what I've been working on. So this is a 24 by 36 size canvas, and I painted this the other day. And as you can see, there's like paint blobs and stuff like that. There's like green, yellow, orange, and then there's like these white lines that I created. Can you see that? All of the white lines. I was like, wait, I can't leave this blank like this. I have to figure out what should go in here. And so I just kept drawing. And so I just am drawing inside the small sections of the canvas. That's all I've been doing. Can you see that? That's all I've been doing. And I was like, you know what? This will make sense later on. At some point, it has to make sense. And that's it. That's all I've been doing is drawing in the small surfaces. You can see there's a little tiny something there. And that's all I've been doing. Just going crazy with it. And so I said today, well, um, I've been at it. I have been completely at it. And I was like, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. So yeah, so this is what we're about to do. We're about to draw. Yeah, that's what we're about to do. So for all of these little small spaces, there could be some type of face. So I find out where the section will go. And ultimately, that is is where we're going to begin. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We're just making the best of the day. And I told myself, well, I'm sure somebody else will. Somebody will appreciate the fact that I gave them a brand new idea. And so this is part of the idea. This is what it looks like. Just start off with something and work your way with all of the tools that you said you can use, maybe something you've never used before, but just work your way through it. And I guarantee that you'll make something that you never experienced before. Nope. Just it's like that is the power of our imagination. 100%. If there's no power, what are we doing? Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And so this is part of the experience. This is part of the journey. I was working on something every single day of my life. Every single day there's something that I'm working on. And it feels like every day is brand new. It doesn't feel like I did the same thing yesterday because today is brand new. So it feels like I'm working on something that I've never worked on before. I'm creating something I've never challenged myself to do. I mean, maybe I drew yesterday. Maybe I made something yesterday, but that was yesterday. What about today? What about the feeling today? No, that's what we feel like today. Feel like challenging ourselves. And that is the best part of this. That's the best part of this day. Figuring it out. Feels good. Yep. It feels so good. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to draw. Simple. Simple photos. And one day it'll hang on somebody's wall. It'll be a part of someone's thought. Hey, did you just make that? Absolutely. And somebody might even think of it when they first see it. Never seen anything like this before. What made you create that? I thought of empty space. I thought of something existing. And I wanted to see what it felt like to create it. And I did. I made it. I made whatever this is. Just that quick. And boom, it's already done. What are we going to make here? We can make whatever, man. Or we can make the same thing. Something alike. Something different. I'm just sitting here and thinking how my life is about to change because I've made some very drastic moves. And I'm contemplating how I want to see in the future my artwork be hung up in that space that I'm creating. So this is like the trial of which ones are going to stand. Which ones are going to stand alone? Because I have an idea. And I want to see if it's going to work. I want to see how well it's going to work up against my thoughts. Yep. 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 I kind of wish I was painting outside today, but the rain started, so everything's saturated. And I don't mind that because it just means I get to do something different. Because yesterday I painted, and the day before I painted, and I was like, there's got to be something else that we can do. Yep. This is it. On this large canvas, I get to draw in between the white lines. Don't get me wrong, it's a very relaxing experience. I have time. It's only 1 o'clock, so I have plenty of time to make as many of these as possible in order to finish this. Because although I still have like 75% of this to go. So for each one of these, they're just part of, yeah, they're just part of the experience. So, yep, just part of the initial experience. Yep. I think all day I've been drawing. That's how I think of it. I got up this morning and I thought of something, and I was like, I wonder if I can draw that. And here I am again, experiencing the same. And it feels like a loop. Like if I was watching a TV show and I was like, wait, did I just see that same episode? It feels like it, but it's really, at the end of the day, it's just a whole different way of perceiving. Because it could be. Wait, is it? Is this the same thing? Probably not. Probably not even close. Because it's not like yesterday. My son asked me something today too. I can't say exactly what it is, but he asked me something, and I was like, wait, I remember when he said something like that before. Does that mean I have to do the same thing? Does that mean I have to listen to whatever that was? Is this the same exact day? Then I was like, I realized that I was in a different place. And I was like, no, I can't be. My brain was trying to play a scenario, but it's not the same. Can't be. This is so wild. I've never thought about doing this before. And it came to me, I was like, yo, instead of just leaving all of these blank, you can just draw in between the lines. And I was like, well, what? What could I use? And I was like, oh, I could just paint. I could just paint characters. And I was like, man, that might be a little treacherous because it would take me a longer period of time to do that. And I was like, well, I have this little tiny black marker. I was like, what if I could just use that? And I was like, that is a great idea. And it's only a great idea because I made it. I made it a great idea. and now it sits for me. It sits. Look at that. Look at all of those. Oh, I'm about to push the light onto the floor. It's like all of those, all the little tiny characters. Just, I guess we can start there. We can start here at the bottom where my thumb is at. My thumb. But yeah, I thought of this, and I was like, this could be a good, unique little way to see what my drawing skills look like, because I have no idea sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, you can draw, but what can you draw? And then my brain's like, I think I can draw a fish. Fish would be easy to put together, and nobody would think the difference because they'd be like, oh yeah, it does look like a fish. Maybe something I've never seen before, but that's the part that gets me. It gets me going. It's like, yeah, I think I can do that. Yep. And I mean, it's just trial. It's just a trial. Yep. That's really how you know you're successful. You try something, it works out. The benefit is you made it work. How many people have done things and they're like, nah, it didn't work. It wasn't successful. But you did that one thing and it just clicked. Yeah, you'll go back there. You'll absolutely visit that at some point in time. You definitely will, because that's what it feels like to win. Yeah, that's what a winner does. It'll go back there. Sorry, I'm just like really relaxed. I was listening to somebody stream, and it just had me thinking. I was like, I hope I can do this forever. Whatever forever means, I just hope that I can achieve that in this lifetime. You wake up and we have floating cars, we have flying buildings, we have universal health care. People don't get mad at each other about stupid stuff. That's what I woke up thinking this morning. And I was like, you know, the best way to do that is to share something positive. Yeah. And if they get mad, well, it wasn't for them. They need to continue to find something that will help them. And I did my best. I did. I made that little tiny fish. I did my best. Yep. See, like all of these parts, I didn't realize how all of these spaces would come into already existing. I never thought how much these would exist if I just put something, just a little something in there. Yeah, just find a little eye hole. Oh, he got a little eye hole. And just draw some lines. Yeah. That's it. Just draw some little. And I think I started out with fish because I'm so used to drawing creatures. I call creatures. And they're easy because not only do they have a universal sea of like shapes, but they are what they are because they almost never change. Like if you've ever seen a sea creature, right? They have different aspects, but most of the time it's fish that you see. No one's ever told me, "Oh yeah, I've seen a whale up close." You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get real conversation sometimes. You just see the norm of everything. Like, yeah, I've been fishing before. I've gone to the beach and seen fish. No one's ever said, yeah, I've gone to the beach and seen a whale, you know? So in order to describe what you just saw, you would have to be there. And this is the easiest way for me to tell you what I've seen before. I've seen a fish, right? This is what a fish looks like. Yeah, I've seen one of those before. Absolutely. Those do exist. Yep. Yep. That's what it is. But it's cool because, like I said, it's like super easy to draw. I don't know why. I have a clue why they're so much more easier to draw than anything else that I've ever seen. I just don't know why. I can't tell you. I really, really wish I knew why I can draw fish so easily. I mean, I've eaten them, obviously. I'm not a vegetarian or pescatarian by any means, but yeah, it's just so freaking easy to draw fish. Yeah. And even if I change the eyes, they still look like fish. It's really weird. That's really weird. BKSB, you said, what is your name? Oh, welcome in, everybody. I am full of rain, and I appreciate you guys being here. Today, we are drawing fish. We are experiencing what it's like to draw on this huge canvas. It's actually pretty large. It's a 24 by 36 size canvas. I painted this, the colors that you see, I dripped the paint. There's a video of that on my live stream. And now I added tape, and then I let the tape dry just a little bit, the paint dry, and then I pulled the tape up. And this is what happened when the paint dried, because the paint dripped water. So I'm filling in the crevice of the spaces with these tiny little fish, and they're just immersed in, no, that's what it is. That's who I am. I am an organic creator. I create with liquid. I create creatures. I create dynamic, what I call triptychs. And this is one of them. This will go as a triptych once it's all finished. You can check out my other live streams or my builds. I call them building. And yeah, check them out. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, if I have to say so myself. Pretty cool experience, y'all. Yeah. And I've been doing this. I've been painting for about a year or so. And I enjoy the heck out of it. I really do. I met some amazing people. I've done some amazing shows, got some really good feedback, and yeah, just want to keep going. Just want to keep going. Yes, indeed. Yep. Yep. BKSBI official. I don't even know what that is. Brooklyn Beat. I have no idea what that is on everything. Just could not tell you what BK stood for. It could stand for Burger King though. Somebody told me that their names was BK to another day too. Really interesting. I'm saying that I would never ever meet another person that has the name BK, but really different. That's some really different stuff. Really. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm filling in this entire canvas, because that's what this is, with creatures that just keep swimming. That's what they do. They just keep swimming. Yeah. Now if I could just find the face. Here we go. There's an eye. I was about to say there's a face, but there's no face yet. That almost got me. That almost got me, bro. That almost got me. But yeah, little background story. I've been painting for, once again, about a year, and I told myself that I could draw, so it means I can paint. I just need to figure out what colors. And I put on a couple shows. I think this is going to be my 4th show this year, and I have another one called The Blackout, and I need to get that one finished too. But yeah, my specialty is creating. I don't always paint, but I do create because I enjoy the feeling of making something that I've never seen before. I really enjoy that. And with that comes, trial and error, and just figuring out some new stuff. Just figuring out what works. I've made shoes, I've made earrings, just a little bit of everything. Like I said, I really enjoy what I do, and I'm an organic creator. So most of what you see is going to be organic. Yep. And right now I'm just using the black marker because it's a little easier to draw rather than switching out colors and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't based on the color scheme. So I just added black on the inner side of this, and once this finished, I'm not sure how it's going to look from the distance, but I know from a very up close, the details are going to be pretty amazing. So yeah. And I mean, I'm just drawing fish, so this can't be difficult. I'm just drawing creatures that can't be difficult. Yeah. And I got new people that come to see my work. So guess what? Let's go. Let's just go. It's actually a sleepy day. I don't know what day it feels like, but it definitely feels like a sleepy day. I woke up on time this morning for my son to get to school, and or class, whatever the heck you want to call it these days. And yeah, I glued rocks to dinosaurs. I was like, that is going to be pretty cool. And I did, and it felt really good. It felt like it was supposed to be. I mean, although it took me 2 hours to do, I was like, okay, I'm not mad at it. I'm just not mad at something that I honestly just wanted to put my head around, because I've been collecting rocks for probably about a year. I collected, I don't know how many dinosaurs did I have. I think there was like 40. I think I might have collected like 45 rocks, maybe a little bit more. And I just put them all together today. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it'd be fun. I don't know who was watching. I don't know who really was enjoying it. I had a few people stop by and ask questions and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I do. I do random stuff, random painting. I actually have to build. So once this one is done, I'm gonna build the triptych. I'm gonna add these panels to this, and you can open, close the doors, so you can kind of see what's behind it. Yep, that's what I like to do. That is where my art stands out. Yeah, that's where. Well, tell everybody. Tell every single person you can. You want to know why? Because I made it. Because I made it. I made it the exact way that it was supposed to be. I sure did. It's good to have a tail. I need to figure out what a tail looks like for. I think it goes like this. A little something like this. And just like I said, I'm just making whatever. It does not have to fit any molds other than the one that you see. Yeah, because this is just a larger piece of some smaller drawings. Yeah, this is kind of like the best way that I can describe what I'm doing. Um, I guess in life in general, because if this is not what I'm supposed to do, why the heck am I so good at it? Does that make sense? I'm really good at drawing. Like even when I was a kid, I kind of just figured it out like the first time, and it was like, oh, it's clicks. This makes sense. And I was born in a time where guess what? People didn't know that you could make your own drawings, and not as a kid, maybe as an adult, you didn't already figure it out. But as a kid, I figured it out, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I have to do more of this. Yep. So this is the life that I live at this point. And yeah, I'm really enjoying what it is. I mean, I've kind of done like a little bit of everything, kind of figuring out what feels good and what makes me happy. I guess that's what it is, like making me happy. I would have to figure that out, and I did 100%. I figured it out, and I was like, no, I got to do this, even if it's not money every single second of the day. I said, I'll figure it out, and yeah, have I figured it out? Depends on who's perceiving. Yeah. Because over here, we ain't got no problems. Zero. Zero. No, we're just doing our best. Yes, just doing our best. Let's go. And yeah, so a part of this is, like I said, this is called a triptych. I'm making panels, or I'm finishing this up so I can put panels on this as well. My son also said something too. He was like, "Well, why aren't you drawing all of the characters up here so you can see that there's like blobs of different things?" And I said, "Yeah, I probably could." I said I wouldn't mind doing something like that as well, but it just all depends on how I want to see this out. Um, I mean, there's a lot of descriptive little creatures and little plants and folia. What is it? I keep saying folia. That's not a word. Folia is not a word. Sounds like a body part. Folia. It's called flora. All of the flora. And can I stop saying real quick too? There's another word. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. This is just like a little slow process of it. But just like I said, once you see this in person, you're like, oh, now I get what it is that he has been doing for this. Because yeah, you can't really see them. Let's just say this is in a museum. You won't get to see any of the descriptions until you actually get close to it, unless you open up some of the doors, and then you get to see exactly what it took for me to make that. And that this is just one of those days, like you get to see somebody make something that's in a museum, because that's where I said I wanted my artwork to be at. I want the museum to buy my artwork. If people can't afford what I do, which is okay, I have some people who support. I actually take that back. I have tons of people that support me in all different types of ways. But those, that actually want to spend a dollar and be like, hey, we need this in our place so we can make money off of it when people come in and look at it. However, I want to make that type of contribution to the world, and I believe it, and I believe I can. And yeah. So when you get to see this, you're like, this is that piece that he was working on. So awesome. Because a lot of times we don't get to see those people working on these pieces. They just make some stuff and it just ends up in a museum. You're like, how the heck did it get there? Well, it took days like this. It really did. It took hours like this to do this. Because the first day I worked on it, it took me 2 hours to get this painting. 2 hours. This paint had to dry, and then I had to peel the tape off because you see the lines here. And then I had to um, wait for that part to dry so I can get to this moment. And then I had to wait and see what it was that I was supposed to add to this, because I didn't have a clue what it was supposed to look like. I just started something and I was like, you know what? Just keep going. I just drew something on it and I was like, yo, you should just keep going. And that's where I'm at today, because I kept going. Yeah. And that's how I'm going to get myself into the museums that I say that I really want, because I cherish my work and I want it to be just like that. I don't want my artwork to be seen one time and then it's, in somebody's house for 50 years and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that artwork existed. Yeah, I don't want my artwork like that. I want my artwork to be seen by millions, if not thousands, and owned by people who are, who look at it different. Yeah. And I believe that's how my artwork should be. Yeah. I just believe it. Because I thought of all of the artwork that I've ever done, and I was like, why don't people want my artwork like this? Why don't they see my artwork the same way that I see it? And that's because it's not meant to be. So this is how I appreciate it, because I spend the hours. We'll spend minutes. I spend the hours on this. And that is the part I appreciate. Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely get my money's worth. Oh, you're gonna spend the money to get this. And I don't make copies of my artwork either. I do have posters that I make for other prior live streams. Those will probably get copied. But the ones that I paint, I'm not making copies of none of that. One painting is a one of one, and that's it. That's all she wrote. We're not making 2, 3, 4, 5 of these because that don't make any sense to me. Yep. Just one of one, and you get what you get. If you don't get one, it's probably because you didn't want it. Yep. Or you were too slow. Yep. And I guess everybody wants something different. So, you know, your neighbor might want something different. Your teacher, your mom, your dad, they all want something different. So I've seen tons of people's artworks and I was like, wow, I can see how everybody wants a little bit of something because every person, you know, draws their own character. You know, every single person draws their own character. I saw somebody to draw birds. He draws black and white birds. And I was like, oh, that's different. That is really different for somebody to sit there and just draw nothing but black and white birds. And then people like it. It's like, okay, now I'm seeing how we perceive things. Wait, did I just get a subscriber? Oh, shoot. I did. Appreciate your subscription. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, you left because I said subscription? God dang it. I hate when I do that. I should just keep those words to myself. Subscription sounds like a pill form or something. Did you get your subscription today? Did you get that subscription that I sent you? It's weird. But yeah, this is truly, I mean, just like I said, it's mine, but this is truly the feeling that I really, really, really enjoy. Because I'm just sitting here enjoying the day, my day, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I really am. Like, this is like no other day but today. Because I made it. I chose to make it this way. Let me see, I've already spent an hour on this. So yeah. Tomorrow's going to be different. The day after that's going to be even 10 times different. You'll see. You'll see. It'll never be like today. Nope, it'll never be like today. So this is why I take advantage of it like this. I'm taking advantage of my day. This is wild. I'm telling you, like, this is the wildest thing that you could ever do for yourself. Find out how you can take advantage of your day. Because somebody else will. So be like, you know what? That person's not taking advantage of their day. Let me just go ahead and see how much I can get out of their day. You know, people do stuff like that. I don't know if they think about it like that, but that's what they do. They figure out how to implement their needs and their wants. And you just go with it because you don't realize that they're getting the best of your day. Yep. Yep. Oh, y'all can't see that. Sorry. Let's see. Because we're going up. Oh wait, the thing is, well, that's what happened. It became undone. I appreciate the likes too. Yeah, so I feel like this is a tube in which these fish of some sort are swimming through. It's like the passage of time. Like maybe evolution. Ooh, maybe this could be evolution. Maybe that's what I'll name this one. Evolution. Evolution of tube fish, the ones that don't exist anymore. I'm good at making stories up too. Could I tell a story? Wait, do we have time for a story? I think we might. I like telling stories. The evolution of tube fish. I'm about to do that right now. Hold on. I thought of it, so we're gonna do that right this second. I'm just gonna take 2 seconds because where is that? Oops. I'm sorry. I have it. I have to create it. Evo. Tube fish. Sorry, I had to do that. Yeah. I said I'm just gonna make a story. I'm just gonna make a story. I think it's good. Like when you think of things like that, you should make them into a narrative, not just because it's a good idea, but something about that is like part of your inspiration. Because sometimes you just don't know how good you are until you say it like out loud. Like, I'm really good at this. And then you're like, yeah, then you're 10 times greater. That's you leveling up, that's you evolving. That's exactly what it is. And I'm not sorry about it. I'm getting better at it. The tube fish. Let's go. These are called tube fish because that's all they're swimming. They're all swimming. You can't see the other one over here, but as we get closer to the top, you'll see the other ones. There's another section right here that I didn't draw yet, but the tube fish. In the beginning, there were only the tubes, vast hollow veins of organic matter, twisting like labyrinths beneath the surface of a living world. They carried warmth, nutrients, currents of liquid that pulsed like a heartbeat. Yo, that sounds freaking amazing. That really does sound amazing. Not for me, but for them. Those who came before us to swim in tubes. Within these tunnels, life struggled to exist. Fragments of cells clung to the walls, forming strange colonies that fed on the rushing stream. Nice. But one day, something new appeared. A silver, wait, a sliver of muscle wrapped around a fragile spine. It was the first of the tube fish. At first, I could only drift, carried by the pulse of the tube's flow, but survival in the twisting passages demanded more. Over countless cycles, the tube fish grew fins that curled like leaves, able to push against the currents. Their skin shimmered with translucent scales, camouflaging them against the pulsing walls. Predators came soon after. Longer tube fish with jaws like needles. To survive, the smaller ones learn to dart into side chambers. Let's go. Wriggling through the narrowest cracks where only their slim bodies could pass. Their eyes adapted to the faintest glows, sensing shifts in the organic currents before danger struck. Okay, so now we're getting a little clarity on what helped start. Okay. Generations passed. Some grew thicker, armored against sharp bites. Others stayed lean, lightning fast, slipping through the tubes like streaks of light. They fed on drifting organisms and in turn became food themselves, weaving survival into an endless cycle. The tubes themselves responded too. The fish shaped them, scraping, borrowing, stirring currents until new chambers opened. In time, the ecosystem was no longer just tubes. It was a world of motion, a maze alive with swimmers, predators, and prey. The tube fish had survived not by dominating the tubes, but by becoming part of them. Living veins within living veins, forever swimming to the rhythm of survival. Let's go. That was good. All right, so we have our reason why we have these fish swimming into the tubes, and we got the origin story. Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is what I'm telling you, this is what I was made for. I was made to create and define purpose. Yeah. 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 That's what I enjoy. And that's what I was made for. Yeah. Yep. 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 That's a good story. A good way to reach into the possibilities. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So we got all different types of shapes, all different types of organisms that live in these tubes. These little white tubes made up of organisms that have been swimming in here for thousands, if not longer, of years. And their eyes had to adjust, had to become faster, thicker skinned, silent. It's so cool. It's so cool. Yep. I'm trying not to make them. Try not to make them all the same, because if I do, then what's the point? What would be the point of me making them all the same? I just said that all of them are different. And oh yeah, I'm freehand drawing this too. Like there's no book, there's no reference. I'm just dictating where they fall into the tubes. Yep. Yep. Another version of my stories, another version of who I am. I'm getting really good at this. I just realized that too. I'm like I'm like an expert. No, I'm the master of this. I just really wish I could set my channel up that looks like that too. That would just define, because like you go to some people's channels and they have everything all set up all nice and neat, like they are a not like a business, but just like Walmart. Everything's like set up on the shelves all nice and neat and stuff. That's how I want my channel to be. Chaos is cool sometimes, but I'm like, why do I do this? Why do I set my channels up like this? And honestly, I just don't know. Maybe because I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe because every day I have no idea. But yeah, because if you try to go back and look through my art, you'd be like, bro, what were you doing? What was you trying to get to? Honestly, I just love to create. If I had a marketing manager, if I had somebody to manage how I post, that would be cool too. I think I might have to hire somebody. And I said it out loud, so I might have to hire somebody to help me do this. Like the next thing that I go live for, they're gonna have to be like, well, no, your presentation is not there. People are gonna want to see it like this, and that's just how it's gonna go. Yeah. Because every day is different. I make music, I tell stories, like I paint, I draw. I just I just went live making rocks attached to dinosaurs. Not because like it's the kid in me, but because I love to create different things. I love to see different things. And then I do a podcast with my son. My son and I do podcasts. Like my channel's full of everything. Well, I believe that's what it is. A little bit of everything. I kind of do. I still do kind of wish that I only did like one focus thing, but I don't know how to do that. I just don't. Not saying that I never will, but right now I'm just having fun with the heck I'm doing. I'm just having fun. That's really it. And the rest of it will come, it'll come at a good time. Yeah. And I guess I could focus on that then. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I could focus on it then. I guess I'll focus on it when the time comes. Because, like, if you got like people who do music, they're not going to do rock and roll if they only do EDM or hard metal or classical music. Like, they're just not going to settle for that because they know that's what they can't do for their story. With me, I'm just like, I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever because I like doing stuff. I'll do whatever because that's what I've been doing. I don't know if that's a good thing though. I'm saying it out loud, and I'm not really sure if that's a good thing anymore. I'm not really sure, but this fish has eyelashes. Let's go. Yeah. And if you find yourself in a position like that, tell somebody. Tell somebody that you need help with your preparation. Because just like when I do shows, no, I hire somebody else to do stuff like that. I just will not put any energy into making something that I have. I'm not saying I don't have skills in that, but I've done, I want to say in my entire lifetime, I think I've done like, I want to say like 50, 52, 53 different shows. And if I didn't set it up, somebody else did. And the only way I know it was going to be successful if somebody else set it up. If I set it up, it's like, oh, you should do better next time. And I'll be like, you know what? I'll do better next time. And that very moment, I realized that I'm not strong suited in that area. I'm not saying that I can't get better, because you can get better at anything, but I just create. I create art. I create dynamic pieces of art. Like calling people and telling people and publicizing and all this. I'm not good at it at all. I'm not. So don't try to hire me to make your event feel better, because I don't. I'll bring music, I'll bring art, I'll bring some ideas on how you can celebrate, but that's about it on everything. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny. All right, I'm going to turn this around because I'm getting to the very top. Let's see. And we turn that part around. Yep. Let's see, what creature do we got here? I like this little tail end here. I like that, whatever this is. Sometimes it's interesting too, because once again, I'm like using foundation situations to make things, and then I realized like how many people are going to come to realize that all of this that I've ever created is all the same. Everything that I've ever created is all the same exact thing, but it's just how you perceive it. Because I painted the other day, and I was like, dang, there's a lot of people here. Like, what did they come for? What is the reason why they came here? Because there was a certain level of color that they were attracted to. Now, once again, I'm only using black, and so I see the amount of people that are here. But if I was using like 50 different colors, people would be like, yo, this dude knows what he's doing. He's using every color of the book. And I didn't realize that until I was painting the other day, and I was having people choose the colors. And when they chose the colors, I could see what. Oh, my phone's gonna die again. I can see that people are motivated by colors. 100%. I watched somebody else's live stream. He had, I don't know how he live streamed a loop video. I don't know how you do that, but he had this color and it was all yellow in the middle, and then he had these marbles fall into the center of and it made noises and blah 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 blah. But I was realizing, I was like, if it was all in black and white, somebody wouldn't watch it. He would not have the views that he had because it was in black and white. Only they were watching because it was in color. Forget about the fact that it was going around in a circle over and over and over again. But the fact that there were colors, that was the reason why people were watching it. Isn't that weird? Not weird, but isn't that like really off-putting that we only watch things based on colors? Not because of how dynamic it is, but the fact that colors are attributed to our perspective of entertainment. And I thought about it real deep. And I was like, you know what? The next time I do like a live stream, like an in real life, I'm just gonna throw colors all over the place and see what people think of it. Because my paintings that I do, I'm dripping paint, getting paint every freaking where. But I'm also using colors that people are attracted to, and that's what I'm gonna do. Sounds, all that stuff, just like a party. Like we're throwing a party and you're invited, and that's how I want it to be. I want it to be felt just like that. Because if that's the attractiveness, then that's what I want. I want you to be attracted to something you realize you're attracted to, and that's colors. That is colors, my friends. You're attracted to colors. Because, I mean, these are simple colors. Nothing's moving about them. Nothing's really changing the dynamic. So you're like here for a second, like, we'll find something else to do because there are no real colors. I mean, there are colors back here, but the colors are dry. There's nothing happening. There is nothing happening. I'll put this guy right here. Yep. Yep. But yeah, I also needed something else to use as far as my start, because sometimes people are like, yeah, I got like, I don't know what to draw, and then I usually think about it. I was like, well, just don't draw anything. Don't think about drawing something. Just put lines, scratches, and then once you see the face or if you see the structure, then attack the structure as hard as possible, because that means that you're going to add details to it. Like I can draw a house right now. It'd be the easiest thing for me to do because I know exactly what I just said I wanted to do, is draw a house. You see what I'm saying? And then you use that as reference. And then you use that as the way to keep going. Because then you'll remember that, oh, houses have windows, houses have chairs, houses have, and then that's how you use your reference. Or you can just look online, whatever comes first. Whatever, whatever that is, whatever that part is. So you can't really see much there. I think we're at a corner. We're at a crossroad. But yeah, that's what I've figured out. I figured it all out. I like when people share things like that though, because then I'm like, okay, I didn't realize that that's how deep we think about things. I just had no idea. Because I catch somebody saying something and it'll just give me, because what we are, so I thought of it too, like people, we're called sparks. And a lot of times we don't realize how much of a spark we are until other people say something about it, or they put it together and be like, oh, that's why, because we're sparks. No, no. Somebody said something the other day too about us as people, us as living beings. And I was like, wow, that's really deep, man. To look deeper into what we are and how we organize and how we live. I don't know if this is a fish or not, but it started to get really furry. So I just started adding more fur to it. But yeah, like the structure of how we perceive our ego is really different. Because I didn't think I thought our ego was a bad thing, just 100%. Like it's a terrible situation, but you got to take the good with the bad. And if your ego is outweighing what you say you are, then your ego is taking over. Yeah. And some people don't see it until it's too late. Like if I tell you, like, you have a booger, your ego will be like, I don't have a booger. Why would I have a booger? I just wipe my nose. And then you won't check to see if I was lying about it. You'll just keep ignoring the fact that I made a statement about something. And that's what your ego does. It completely turns your mind into its own way of forming or thinking or orchestrating things. So our ego, like let's say if somebody told me that this drawing is terrible, my ego would automatically kick in and be like, you got to tell them about themselves. Like, this is the best drawing ever. You know what I'm saying? That's what our ego does. And I didn't realize that our ego could be used for good as well, because what if my ego told me it was terrible? You know what I'm going to do at that point in time? I'm not going to let my ego throw me off. I'm going to keep going, right? And then I'm going to reflect on the fact that whatever they said could be something that I could work on in the future. Because the ego wants you to continue to feel bad about it. It wants you to continue to stop. It wants you to stop and pay attention to whatever that person said so the ego can feel better about it. But that's not the goal. The goal is to keep going. The goal is to start and finish. That is the purpose. And guess what? I'm just going to keep going because I know that at the end of the day, I can go back and reflect on what it is that I needed to do. Right? It's not going to hurt me. Whatever's happening is it's not going to hurt me. So I don't have to stop what I'm doing and assess the situation. I just have to keep going. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate what you said, but I got to keep going. I do. Yep. Because your ego, oh my gosh, your ego is something. But I learn things every day. Like, not because I'm older, not because, you know, I've seen and done and I've conquered the world at some point. Just because, like, every day is a new way of thinking. So let's try that way out. Let's look at it like that. I'm not sure I'm drawing fish anymore. I'm just drawing these little organisms. So, yeah. 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 But like I said, I learn something new every day. I watch all of my subscribers. If you subscribe, I'll go to your channel and I'll even subscribe. Like, if you make content, I'll subscribe and watch your videos, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I'll be a part of what you say because I'm learning from you. I'm taking something from you. You don't even realize it. You have no idea what I'm taking from you, but I'm taking a little bit from you because you've already done something that I've never had to stop what I'm doing and change my mindset. You can already just change your mind, and I can view what you've done to change your mind. And that's how it's supposed to be. I think I'm just making random creatures now at this point, not even fish. So yeah, so that's the point of, I think I said this before. I said this on the other day too, because another one of my like passionate artist friends had said something, and I was like, I take things from you. That's what I told him. I said, I take things from you. I take things from everybody. And it doesn't mean that I'm like finding a way to steal your art or something like that. But the fact that you promise yourself, you have a goal and you work towards that goal. Like, I really see that. Like, I really reflect on things like that because that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, that's 100% what we're supposed to do when it comes down to like how we do things. We're supposed to. Like, don't let your ego stand in front of you, because your ego could be blocking what's needed for you to be the best. That's what it does. I want to be great today. I want to learn what it takes to be great. I want to see greatness. I want to feel what it felt like for this person to make this choice, and it was the greatest feeling. I want to feel that. Not because I want to take something from them, or what is it? What does they say? What's the word? It's like, I'm not copying or grabbing, whatever the heck that term is. Like a slang word. Like, I'm not copying. What is it? Copying? Oh, I can't remember the freaking word now. But like, that's not the goal. The goal would be, because I have my own way of looking at and perceiving the world. I just do. Like, nobody could tell me anything else different, because that's what I have. It's what I make myself aware of. Because I don't know who you are. I don't know what it took for you to be who you were today or yesterday or the day after that. but I know what it takes to be a person, you know. So I ride on structures that are healthy, that are form fitting, that are a part of greatness. Yep. Because if they said you can be something, I want to be that. I want to be great. Absolutely. And that's what I tell myself. Like I'm sitting here thinking, there's nobody chatting with me inside the in the live stream. So, but that's what I'm thinking of. Not overthinking. I'm letting my brain rest at some point and be like, this is good. This is real good. Like that caveman thought. You're doing a really good job. What is this line? Oh, you made that? You know, just like really simplicity things, because your brain could be overwhelmed. Could be on 12,000 and it just may not figure out how to slow down from all of the thoughts. That's your ego too. Yep. That is definitely your ego. You know where else I see my ego at? When I play games. I think it's a funny thing. You ever played a game before and you thought you were supposed to be good at it? Your ego's like, man, I thought you said you were good at this. Why aren't you good at this? Then I realized like I'm not having fun anymore. I'm just not. The part of playing a game is to be a part of something. A part of winning, yeah, that's you knowing you have that strategy. That's not ego. It's not ego at all. It's you being one. Get it? You're one with the game that you're playing. Yeah. You know all the ways. Okay, so they call it, so what I'm describing is it's like the Matrix, right? Neo, he was the one. So he's playing the game. He's trying to figure out how to go because he has people that help him cheat. Does that make sense? He has the source, he has the weapons, he has the love, right? He's figuring out how to cheat the system so he can get what he wants, which is to win. And that's usually what it is. I have to cheat in order to win the game. There's only going to be one winner. And the only way that that person is won is if they cheated. I swear that's the only way. That people have tell you all the time, like um, they have ways of being good or better than another person. No, they cheated. No, 100% they cheated. No, you want to know how I know? Because I've won before. Did I cheat? Absolutely. I figured out how to play better than another person. I figured out how to talk to somebody and have them give me what it would take for me to outdo the other person. That's cheating. Yeah. Yeah. And regardless on how you look at it, that's what everybody does. You know how that other person cut in line in front of you? You're like, dang, I want to say something so bad. They cheated 100%. That's why you feel the way you do. And you might just let them keep going because you're like, nah, it's not that serious. Yeah. If this is the game of life, you just lost. You just lost because you let somebody outdo you. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to go back and do that one. That's wild. But that's the real truth behind it. Because I kept figuring out like all these situations. Like I want to be great at what I do, 100%. And I realized that somebody else regardless of who it is. Could be A, B, C, or D, or him, her, she, it, the. It's like they're doing better than I am. 100%. You know how I should be winning out here? By cheating. Take a little bit from somebody who's already winning and make that a part of my day. Make that a part of your experience. Oh yeah, if they didn't sit you down and say, "Hey, I got the code. I'm going to give you the code and take nothing from it." No, that's 100% of you not getting what you say you need. So go out there and cheat some. You know, do it the exact way I just said it. Any other way probably will cause you to be fined or lose your job, or I don't know what the heck they call it these days, but kind of just like people finesse things. I guess that's how you perceive it. Like how all these people on YouTube are super successful and they have billions of followers, and it's because they cheated. Yeah. The ones at the bottom still trying to climb to the top, they ain't cheated yet. No, no. I won't name names because that's not what my purpose is. But yeah, that's what it is. One day I'll cheat and I'll be really good at it too. I've figured out how to get what I say I need and want from my artwork. And I will have cheated. This is the mark that I leave behind, that we all cheat. How did, like, okay, so it's really interesting. Like, how did you get here? Whoever you are, whoever's listening to this, how did you get there? How did you find your way to this channel? It's either through somebody or YouTube gave you something. But actually, it's the universe helping you cheat, trying to figure out something, how to get somewhere, how to do something you've never done before, or even experience something that you didn't believe that you should be experiencing. It's you cheating too. Oh my gosh. That's exactly what it is. And I find that so absolutely remarkable because we all need something in order to be better. Yep. Yep. All right, let me see. I got to do this corner, this little chaotic corner. Yep. 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 I bet a bunch of people left on when I said that too. Yep. Somebody subscribed today. And I always think a lot like, that's my ego. It's like, why do people join? It must have been something I said. Because even if I was doing something, they would have to come back and see what I was doing in order to be like, oh, I subscribe to you. And subscription is like, you're going to come back and somebody's going to be doing the same exact thing. And you're going to feel good about that. But if you come back and I'm not doing the same exact thing, I'm doing something totally different, you're most likely not going to watch it because it wasn't what you signed up for. You didn't sign your name as a subscriber to come and watch me open up toys or something, or something. You just didn't. And I understand that. But here on this channel, this is what we do. We create possibilities. And all of the artwork that you see, if you see artwork up here, it's because I made it. And you can take that and you can help yourself become successful too. I put that on everything. Yep. Cheat a little bit. Get there faster than I can. I'm hoping my son does that. Hoping he's using something that I have so he can get to the top. But wherever he needs to go, it don't even have to be to the top of anything. It could just be somewhere where he feels like he's getting the best of the experience. No. Because without that, it's going to take forever. I mean, forever. Because I thought about YouTube like years before YouTube actually even. I put a few things up and I was like, not really feeling it right now. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like successful. You want to know how? Because they all cheated. Yep. Following each other. Yep. That's how it goes. I just haven't followed 100 people. Yep. My channel is totally different. Am I okay with that? That's my ego. Yep. My ego. I'm hungry. Shoot. I was thinking of finishing this one, but I am not sure if I'm going to spend another 2 hours doing this. I like to do things in like 2 hour bits because people get bored of watching the same thing for 12 hours. Oh, you did that for 12 hours out of the day? Dude, that must have been draining. It probably was. Let me see how many people are watching. 2 people? I bet I know exactly who's watching me too. I bet I do. I'm not even gonna say your name because I know exactly who's watching. Yep. 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 Especially if you didn't chat with me, I know exactly who's watching me. You say no, you don't, and then you probably will just leave because you think I'm being intrusive. But there are things that I call. Well, I don't call it because somebody else called it. I'm just agreeing with them. That's just what it is. I just agree with what they call it. And is this gonna be another fish? Let's make you a sleepy fish. The most sleepiest fish ever. You're the most sleepiest fish ever. Ever. I think that's what it is. I think I'm making this a sleepy channel. I think that's what my content has been. Sleepy. Welcome to sleepiest channel on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna stop that. See? Oh, oh my gosh. I gotta stop that. I don't know why I do that. I think it's like I said, I think it's my ego that keeps making me do stuff like that. But I really wanted to finish this so bad today. So I was like, well, let me just live stream it. Let's see where we go. I'm not making it any better. I'm not. I told you I know who was on my yep. Yep. There's 300 there's 385 subscribers. It's weird that I knew exactly who was watching this sleepy live stream. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop saying that. But I think I'm going to 100% change the trajectory, the trajectory of my streams because I know what I want to do. I just have to continue to do that. Like these are they're okay, but something about it just draws zero attention. And if I'm going to earn a profit on this, if I'm going to be up here on this freaking channel, I'm going to have to do something greater. And I'm going to do that. I said I need a new place in order to do that, but that's not true. I just need to get up and motivate myself to do just that. So it's going to happen. Yeah. What day? Could be today. Yeah. It definitely could be today. Yeah. It definitely could be today. But I'm going to finish this fish. And I'm going to go get something to eat. Yep. I like to think that all fish have completely blacked out eyes so they can see at night. And she's not even gonna say nothing either. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is one of the sleepiest live streams that I made. I only probably should have did this for an hour. I know when I was drawing, I was like, oh, this is wild. But I said I wanted to finish this, and recording it felt good. So, yep. And if another person comes up in here, that's another viewer. It's weird. Like, you really do have to jump up and down for people to be attached to you. You got to tell them about themselves, and even if you don't maybe know them, you just got to tell them about themselves without actually saying it, and they'll be subscribers. Yeah. Or you can just cuss at them. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. You just gotta cuss at them. Just tell them about themselves. Tell them how they can be better. They could be better fish. You're not as good as you think you are. You're greater. You're greater as a fish. Let's go. I am drawing the details of what I call a triptych. And I wish people would know what it is. A lot of people still don't know, have a clue about these terms. Like, it's an art term, but a lot of people just don't know what they don't know. Makes sense, right? Because even though people have asked me what they were, I was like, they probably still have no idea. Even though I described exactly what a triptych is. Oh, yeah. I've heard of those before. But yeah, my son really wanted me to draw on all of these particular, like, nodes of things. And I was like, bro, I'm doing this as if this is the easiest thing. But he might have some truth to that. Because once again, my ego, it's like, oh man, that's going to take you forever. It probably is going to take me forever to finish this. But I ain't trying to finish it today. No, because I have all, I mean, I don't have much, but I might have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I might have to make like a bunch more characters. And that's some sleepy stuff. I mean, I would get up, go make something to eat, and then come back. But that means I would be sitting down for another hour. And I don't necessarily like, I don't like sitting down for that period of time without standing up. And I just don't. It doesn't feel good. So I have to do this edge as well. So we're just going to hold it up here as close to the camera as possible. Oops, don't fall. What is that? Oh, that's the glass. Don't break the glass. Don't break the glass. I realize I've had to hold these things quite a few times now. Yep. Where's your eye at? Right there. Yo, I make the bombest circles ever. 100%. And that is your mouth, sir. It's your mouth, and you're gonna like it. Yeah, I'm actually coloring on the edge of the canvas. Yep, I really am. It looks scary though. It's like a scary werewolf. A hairy fish. That's what it is. It's a hairy werewolf fish. One of a kind. And he never shaves his face. Ever. Ever. Can y'all see that on the edge? Oh my gosh, bro. Wait, I'm supposed to make his face hairy. Hold on. It's just a fish. Calm down. Calm down. It's just a fish. You guys get so aggressive. Do 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 do. It really does look like a face, though. Only a mother could love. I like it though. It turned into something great. All right, so oh, so I've been drawing for 2 hours. God dang, bro. That's it. I've just been drawing. Drawing in these little empty spots. That's wild. Excuse me. I have crazy ass. And I don't even have a car. But this is what I've been drawing. This is a pretty wild experience right here. I didn't know that I would be drawing stuff like this. I missed a part here and here. But all of the rest of this is supposed to be, let's see. Yeah, part of this story about the fish that live in tubes. I don't know. I don't know how I like it, or maybe I just loathe it. We'll just leave it at loathe. The loathe factor. I do have one subscriber, so I don't feel too bad about whatever the heck is happening. But I think what I'm going to do, it's already 3 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna call this I'll just draw when I'm not. Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all joining today. And we'll come back to this sleepy stream again. Maybe somewhere in the future.